Hey, let me say this, man. This is a short one again. Whether it be Cedar Post or police forums or all this fascist, classist bullshit, I realize with these people, they're looking for the good Nazi. They are. They're looking for the example when Trump said they're very fine people. And I'm sure there are people that are white supremacists who probably aren't like that all the time. But I realize that these crackers, they'll travel 200 miles to look for the good Nazi when the truth is right in their face. And I guess today I've understood that you're dealing with people who don't really exist in the same world I live in. They don't. And that for them, white supremacist violence isn't really a big deal. And it won't ever be, other than when people die. They don't really see a problem with Nazis. And they'll defend them in every corner, at every junction, every avenue. They'll defend them. And I realize that that's what they are. They are basically sympathetic to domestic terrorism. They are, and I know you had the same thing with Eric Rudolph. You had people like that back then that were sympathetic. But I realized that with those cops, their badges are broken. I don't know what happened to take them there. I don't know when it happened, but their badges are broken. Because if you're justifying domestic terrorism, you're no better than them. It's like me, I'm an anti-imperialist. I'm not out here marching in the streets. I'm not out here protesting in the streets, but I'm doing things to remove my money from an imperialistic system. So I am an anti-imperialist. Even though I'm not, my boots ain't on, I'm still making little things where I can, little decisions where I can. So that means I'm in the boat with, I support BDS, boycott, divestment, and sanctions of the state of Israel for their treatment of the Palestinians. I support that. My boots ain't on, I'm not in the streets. I'm never going to go to jail for protesting that. But I still support it in the little ways I can. For these cops, they're doing that for Nazis. They're doing that for people who have declared war on America. And I realize that like, defund the police. Like, when I see this, I understand, like, this defund the police needs to happen. Like these people they're very sick. They're very sick, and they've got issues that over time, you know, I've like when they had that thing with the Buffalo police, where they pushed that old man down, the Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania police, they beat that man on the head, and then when the police got indicted or got charged, he come out, the cops celebrated it, cheered him. When I saw that, I understood that, hey, maybe we can't reform law enforcement. That maybe certain areas you have police gangs, gang badges, you know, blue light gangs. And I realized reading this stuff, it shows a institutional resentment and also a societal disconnect to the reality of working people. And I think this is why you have the shootings. I talk to these crackers up here, and it's like talking to a caveman. Like, you have nothing in common with these people at all. I mean, they can't understand half of what you're saying. I mean, you gotta be very careful with them because they don't live in this universe. And it's not me, it's them. They don't live in the same universe. They don't. You have to be very careful with them. It's a willful ignorance. It's a willful disregard for the care of others. And it's a willful misunderstanding of the reality of many people out here. Saying that we want to get rid of all police, saying that we want to legalize murder and all, these are lies. These are vile statements that are lies. And I just come to the understanding that we've got a problem in America with these kind of people and that they would latch on to misinformation and disinformation and run with it. That, as I said in the beginning, that you have people in Proud Boys, people in these movements who are openly telling you, yes, we are going in and charging the Capitol, and you have cops that would openly push misinformation and say, no, they're not cops, they're Antifa. While known leaders of these groups are telling you, we're going to do this shit. And they're on video doing it. I realize if you're that deep into the rabbit hole, I got nothing for you. I got nothing for that kind of person. That's a person that they're already in a civil war. Because one thing about war, oh, you can see me now. One thing about war is that the first casualty of war is truth. And so, you have this, well, these people, they deserve this, and they're bad people, and they deserve mistreatment. That's one of the things you get, dehumanizing the enemy. When you take lies and run with them, you are dehumanizing the enemy, which is the left.